Hello. Anna Zugari here. How are you? Welcome. I'm so glad you're here today. Thank you for being here or listening, or if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me. Today, I have my basic question. It's, do you know about the stress hormone? I was like, what? I only knew about three hormones, like the typical hormones that our doctors talk about, like the um, estrogen and progesterone and testosterone. Like, what is this that you speak of? I was telling my doctor. So here's my little basic story. I discovered this hormone last year through my doctor. It's called cortisol. Yes, and you probably have heard of it. And it has a bad name because this is the hormone that um, works when you are stressed out. And that gives us that, like a power when we're in the fight or flight state. The cortisol gives us that energy. So, as you can see, we need that. And usually, what happens is that during the night, this hormone goes down so we can sleep. But when we wake up early in the morning, the cortisol goes up so we can wake up and function. The thing is that a lot of us nowadays, we are stressed out all day. And guess what happened when that stress starts kicking in? So let's picture this. This is the basic story, right? This was me probably still a year ago, a year and a half ago. I will wake up because my cortisol was working. But as soon as I, open my eyes, say, thank you, Lord, for this day, get up, jump out of bed, and try to figure out, okay, I need to fix lunch for my daughter. My husband is taking her to school. I need to get ready for work. And I need to, let the dog out and throw a wash. And like, you're ready. And it hadn't been an hour when I was already like going crazy. And, plus other things in my mind, just not giving my body that moment to, come down. What's happening? What are we doing? Right. So just living in that like mode of constant running and just going and nonstop makes your cortisol levels high. So here's the worst part about cortisol is that when you live in a long period of time with your cortisol levels high, inflammation happens. And what happens with inflammation? Oh, it creates a ripple effect for all kinds of illnesses like diabetes, obesity, heart problems, you name it. So I remember that when I had my first lab work and I took it to my doctor, and she looked at this hormone and she's like, girl, you've been living on cortisol intoxication for years. And I was like, no kidding. So more than medication, it's more about meditation. Oh, that just came out. That's a good one. So yeah, because the only way that you can have, if that's not the only way, but a good way to, minimize your cortisol is by being aware. And if you don't know much about aware, go watch the last episode. But in awareness, you are able to bring down that cortisol and just have it at regular levels, right? How do you know if you are living intoxicated with your own cortisol or if your levels are high? If you have, puffy face, that's one of the symptoms. If you have, weight gain, acne. You have inflammation every time you eat something. It doesn't matter what it is. Even sometimes lettuce can give you inflammation when your cortisol is high. You have some kind of rash or dark skin all over your body. You get sick pretty often. You have dark skin on your neck, under your arms, creases in your body. You have a lack of sleep, intense anxiety. You get mad really fast. So those are some things that you can be looking at and say like, oh, wait a minute, I have a high level of cortisol right now, or you're in the run all the time. So that's the step number one for you to figure out what you need to do in order to bring your cortisol down. And this takes time, but I can guarantee it. I can guarantee that in a week, you will see a whole difference if you take some little steps and little approaches to take care of yourself. So, like I said, awareness is the number one. Your lifestyle, make an evaluation of what's going on, what's making you anxious. What can you do if you're going frantic in the mornings? What can you do the night before to get ready? Like, get ahead of the game. What can you do to go to sleep at a certain time? So one of the biggest things is going to bed about the same time every night. Stop scrolling, turn on the lights, set the mood for you to go to sleep. And I know that some people, you have little kids and stuff, but try to get them into that routine because sleep is one of the biggest things. So try to just put the mood in your room, make sure that your bed is comfortable. One of the things I don't like is when my bed is not made and then I go at night and get in my bed and the sheets are all messed up from the morning. So I very intentional about making my bed because I love just coming in and just opening my bed and getting in there. So I know that's a little something, but it means a lot to me. It prepares me to really go to sleep. I have lavender oil in my nightstand, and I do like 3 breaths of lavender oil, and then I put my head into bed. Sometimes I like to hear audiobooks. I have this headband that is super cool. I can put the link in the comments if you need to know about it. It's a headband. It's super soft, and I put either, like music, very relaxing music or sounds or nature sounds, or sometimes even an audiobook. If I'm having a really hard time going to sleep, I do that and I set the timer like for 30, 40 minutes and it works. I fall asleep. And I have really good dreams, by the way. This is another part of my basic story. I love Green Lights from Matthew McConaughey, and I love his voice. So I like to go into sleep with the voice of Matthew McConaughey in my head, and he's so positive, and like the stories he tells, they're great. So I recommend that book too, and that helps me lower my cortisol. Okay, so the next thing, and you might hear contradictions here and there, but it works for me. So I'm just giving you an idea so you can try it and see if it works for you. Working out. Working out is great to get rid of that energy, that cortisol, that stress. So trying to put in, I do my workout as, first thing in the morning. I wake up. For me, here's my little hack. I don't even change. Like, I go in with my PJs and pull up my mat, my weights. I have a TV and turn it on and do a video for 30, 40 minutes before I go into work. So that sets my brain. I cannot tell you how alert I am to going to work after I've done my workout. So Yeah, that's been very, very helpful for me. Getting rid of sugar. Yeah, I know that's not a very easy one, and we're gonna dive in another video, but you can just try to be mindful about your sugar intake. And you're drinking water. Always, I'm drinking water. I put a little bit of lemon, and I get like 5 of this a day. So water is super important. Um, Vitamin C, vitamin D, kale and spinach are also very helpful for you to lower your cortisol. And okay, here are a few of my favorite supplements that can have helped me lower my cortisol as well. Ashwagandha, this is wonderful. I can totally tell the difference when I'm taking it. It helps me to relax. Magnesium at night, I also take that one, and I swear by it. My migraines completely went away when I started taking magnesium. Omega omega three supplement is also great. Try to look for one that it's third party certified. Those are really good for inflammation. And lavender tea, some teas that you can use at night, not green tea, because those usually give you energy. So you want to go with something that is like chamomile tea or lavender tea are my favorites, for bedtime. So that's basically it. I hope that this basic information about cortisol brings you awareness and what things can you do in your life to be more wellness and take care of your wellness and be more complete. And remember, I love this proverb: if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, let's go together. I would like to serve you as a coach, so if you want some more information, just send me a DM, and I will be happy to send you all the details. And or if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and let me know. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and see you next time. Don't forget to love Jesus, obey Jesus, and tell everyone about him. We'll see you next time. Bye.